Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast. You look like you only date white girls. Man, you know what? That is one statement made to me by brothers. You know, anytime I bring up something regarding, black women's choices, and they'll say they've gotten from sisters, and it's one thing to get this on public videos where I discuss it, but I get it on my subscription sites. I get it in my inbox. Sometimes I'm reading something that don't have nothing to do with Rom, and I see that. Man, it is crazy. A lot of brothers have heard that statement. A lot of black men have heard that statement. And, it's an interesting dynamic, right? Because it can be both an insult and a compliment. Sometimes from the same speaker in the same statement, right? It is one thing y'all have to understand about women. A lot of it is about the tone that you're using. A lot of it is about the tone that you're using and what you're actually, what they're saying and how they're saying it, right? Now, on one level, it can be insulting because one issue in black male-female relationships, especially particularly with women, is they look for certain archetypes in a man, in a black man. They look for certain archetypes. Now, I know a lot of people, of course, we all know about the Pookie and Ray Ray thing. That's one archetype. But then you also had the bourgeois brother archetype for the more the more high-powered sisters. That suit and tie, certain haircut, corporate haircut, but maybe with still some flavor or something, that ghost look from Power. And just as an aside, Power is starting to get on my nerves. Anyway, right? But that look, it's a stereotypical look, got the fresh haircut, everything like that, got a certain style or something, right? The brothers who usually hear it, though, the ones who don't fit into that thing, they definitely not Pookie and Ray Ray, but they also not that like high-powered bourgeois brother, right? Those are the ones who will hear it the most, right? Especially if they don't speak with a speech intonation that's also stereotypically black. The whole you sound like a white guy thing. Yeah, they'll hear that. Yo, you look like you only date white girls, right? And it is crazy to me. Like I say, it's an insult, but at the same time, it's a compliment. Because one thing with a lot of women, because of their own insecurities, they might not feel like you'll deal with something like that. Like when I did something recently on, colorism against men, right? Against black men, right? And yeah, I still had a lot of sisters who came in there and tried to deflect to them, right? So, a lot of them, but that spoke more to insecurity. And that's a big problem. That's a very big problem with many black women, is the whole insecurity piece. So that's an issue right there. That's an issue right there. So, when they say that, all you have to do is think like this. This is how you have to respond to it, right? Just be like, okay. Because if it's an insult, why would you want to deal with that woman anyway? Because, see, one of the things, guys, you got to understand out here, every woman ain't for you. So if she say something like that to you, don't be like, oh, let me go, like, get some tats or, let my hair grow, like, in a crazy haircut or something. If they ain't you, they ain't you. That's one thing. I want y'all to really get that for some brothers who think, oh, well, they need to look black or be. Look, your style is your style, ultimately. Everybody got a style. A way of carrying it. If there's somebody ignorant enough, a black woman's ignorant enough to say something like that to you, just be like, oh, okay, I guess I won't be with it. Don't try to prove nothing to them or anything. Just be like, all right, you have a nice day now. All right? But at the same time, take it as a compliment because they're saying, hey, you know what? You don't look like you would stoop down to date somebody like me. It's all in how you frame it. It really is. Right? And, one thing with brothers, I'm going to reiterate that. Don't get caught up in going outside your style. You find the people who like your style. You find there's plenty of sisters out there who probably would never say that to you. In fact, they probably like how you look. They probably looking for, especially some of the ones looking for white guys, they probably looking for, that type of brother with that vibe who look like he would date white women. That's who you deal with, right? You don't worry about the rest. You don't worry about the rest, all right? If you hear that, right? You don't worry about it. So, look, seriously. So you look like you date white girls. And I know some of y'all probably like, yeah, promoting it. And also, too, I'm going to tell you what, this just came. If y'all get that from a brother, be ready to bust him in the face. Seriously. Get ready to bust him in the face because, first of all, a man should never be dick policing another man. Seriously. If y'all it's one thing to get that from women, I understand it, but you get that from a dude, bust him in the goddamn face. Yeah, Rom said it. Seriously, that's some bullshit, all right? Seriously, that's some bullshit. I need to do an entire video on that. That's the last thing men need to be doing to each other. It's like, my thing is, I don't give a shit who you date. As long as you happy and you staying out of my world in a negative way, we good, right? So, yeah, bust a man in his face, he get in your face with some dumb shit like that. And for the women, just be like, all right, shit, all right. Then you should be out of my face then, shouldn't you? Because think about it, too. You got to think about the mind of somebody, whether it's a man or a woman, who feel the need to make a pronouncement on what you do. Because that means, to me, they judging you on just an appearance and not finding out the substance, Because I've met some brothers who they look like they were like run straight. I've known some brothers who would be called Oreos. And we all know what an Oreo is, right? Some brothers who would seem like they would be like, they go out with the thinnest, blue-eyed, blonde-haired Becky that they could locate. They look like it. But then when you see who they actually with, they with a chocolate sister with locks down to her damn ass or something, with the red, black, and green headbands on, and a couple of like a con tattoo or a couple of a con marks on her. Talking about, or Yoruba or something, talking about the, Oshun has their head. I'm serious. You see some brothers like that. They talk like that, whatever. That's why that is stupid. But they'll get them the blackest woman they can find and be ready to fight for the black woman. That's why like a lot of sisters need to just stop that. Find out about the brother. I bet you a lot of sisters have lost out on a good brother because they made that assumption. I bet you they've lost out on it. It's like, why don't you find out first? Because even if you see some with a white woman, even if you see a particular brother with a white woman or a woman of other race, that don't mean they ain't gonna date a sister. That never means that. So you know what I mean, fellas. Seriously, I get that. Just look at that person like they're ignorant. As some people will say when somebody's cutting up in a hangout or something, they say, "Wait, everybody stop and look at him. Just look at him." So, all y'all fellas who get that, just be like, all right, I know what you about, and I know where your head is at, right? So, anyway, just yeah. You know what? Let me just say this before I get off of here. We got too many people making judgments about someone just based off appearance. I mean, seriously, we got to get off of that. Men and women. I know some fellas say, yeah, these women do it. Yeah, we do it too, fellas. Men and women need to get off that bullshit, especially in this environment, all right? You might be missing some gold just because somebody got extra tats and shit, or they don't look the way you think they should look. So anyway, that's it for today, y'all. And I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and blessings.